hard. Life should be a fun-filled adventure every day. So now start joining up dots. Tap into your talents, your skills, your God-given gifts, and tell your boss, you don't deserve me. I'm out of here. It's time for you to smash that alarm clock and start getting the dream business and life you, well, of course, are dreaming of. Let's join your host, David Ralph, from the back of his garden in the UK, or wherever he might be today, with another jammed-packed episode of the #1 hit podcast, Join Up Dots.
Yes, hello there, good morning to you, good morning, and welcome to Join Up Dots. It's mid-afternoon. I've just come back from a lovely pub lunch with my family, and that's one of those things that I keep on thinking. Even 20 years down the line, I think to myself, you just go off and you do what you want. You don't have to ask your boss, can I go off and do this, and can I do that, and can I have a long lunch and stuff? You just take it. And that is what you guys are going to get if you start taking action. And it is simple as that. You start taking action on a daily basis, and those actions move on to something, and then that something becomes a bit bigger, and very little time passes, and you'll start to see momentum. But it all starts with you and doing stuff, as I keep on saying. Now, in today's episode, we have got 4 emails. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4? 3. I think it's 3 emails. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's 3 emails. They've been merged into one there. So I've got 3. You don't care. I don't know why I was even counting. You don't care how many emails we've got. But these are all from people out there that have been listening to the show, and they've started taking action. They're asking for help. They're asking for support. They're asking for guidance, or they've actually started building their online ventures, and now they still want help, because we always want help, don't we? You know, I reach out to people and I say to them, what do you think about this? I've got this idea. What do you think? Is it a goer and stuff? But always look for people ahead of you. Don't sit with your mates who've got no idea, or your mum and dad, or, you know, always reach out for people who are ahead of you on the journey, because they've been through it already and they know the information. Anyhow, so we're going to start with JC, whoever JC is. They're all abbreviated now, because we started to think that maybe, well, so a listener wrote up to us and said, I love what you gave me the information, but I didn't like the name, you know, my name being put out there in case my boss heard it. The chances of their boss hearing it, few and far between. But anyhow, so this is JC, probably Jesus Christ. Yes, Jesus has sent us an email. But wonder what he's up to at the moment. We are now wondering, oh no, it's not. I haven't scrolled up to the top. That suddenly didn't make sense. Dear David and Join Up Dots, that's better. Inspired by your content after listening for a long time, I pulled the trigger on creating my own business. My friend and I have started a laundry business in our local area of Washington, D.C. We collect the bags, we wash them, iron them, and then deliver them back to their owners. We are now wondering how we can free ourselves, as the monthly profits is only enough for the 2 of us. Therefore, we can't afford to hire anyone else, but it is very, very hard work, although we're enjoying it. Do you have any suggestions? Yeah, I do, really. I do. I would get somebody on and have them as another part of the business, that they earn 3/4 of what you earn, but you keep the quarter. Okay, and so if you can then get 4 more people on and they're all earning 3/4, they don't have to earn as much as you, because you're the owners of the company. You should earn more than anyone, but certainly they can earn 3/4. By the time that you've got 4 of them, that is 4/4 for you, and 4/4 makes a whole. So that would mean that you have doubled your income. Okay, and then you can keep on doing it. If you can get sort of 8/4, then once again you've doubled your You've both got a nice double income, and you can then have long, lovely lunches and make love to the missus in the afternoon while your staff are going around ironing and picking it up. But it is a common thing. When you start a business, you do get to that point where you're starting to make money and you replace what you were earning before, if it is a transitional position that you've done. But you're not earning enough to hire somebody else. And I always say to people, the only way that I think it really works is that you just go, okay, whatever that person earns, then they can have 3/4 or they can have 80% and I keep the 20. Okay, don't think that you're going to get somebody working for peanuts, but certainly there will be people that will be able to earn less than you, and that's how you start bringing the profits into the business, which then allows you to free yourself up and become owners and not working in the business. And it's quite difficult. It is difficult when you're in the business. And I was watching a guy came on the show many years ago, and I saw his YouTube video recently, and he was talking about how he built an empire of smart passive income, and he was earning quite nice money every month, and then he started to just get fed up with it because he was always having to produce content all the time. It was his name on the marketplace, and so every bit of content had to have his face on, and he started to feel that he was just trapped in the business, and kind of lost his mojo and stuff because he wanted to be managing the business but not in the business. And I think that is the next step that most people have to work towards, and that's why it's so important to plan at the beginning, to think to yourself, okay, what's the minimum amount of dots that I have to cross to be able to actually free myself from the business. Now, with Join Up Dots, I spend all my time thinking, is this going to trap me? Because in the beginning, I just accepted anything and it was awful. I couldn't do anything. I was trapped up in my office all the time. But now I always think to myself, if this means that for a sustained period I can't just do what I want when I want, then it's not going to happen. And I build my business and my structures into operating in that way so that I keep control of time. So for you guys in Washington DC, which is a brilliant place to start a washing company, that's what I would suggest to you. Okay, think about the monthly profits. If it's only enough for the two of us, then get somebody else, then pay them 3/4 or 80%, and then start bringing other people in. And effectively, if the business is flourishing and you've got customers and stuff, then you're not paying the people anyway. The business is paying the people, and then you get the income into your world. So well done to you. Give you a round of applause for starting your own business because of Join Up Dots and what you've been listening to. And I salute you. I salute you from the just outside London where I am to Washington DC. Now, next email we've got is Dear David, and this has got no name on it at all, not even an abbreviation. Dear David, I've launched an online lead generation for small businesses company, I guess. It doesn't say that. I know that this isn't a new idea, but it fell nicely into my skill set. My issue is I am constantly looking for new clients all the time. As I do the work, the clients get the benefit and then they leave me. Do you have any advice as to keep the clients I have and build from there? Yes, I do. Now, I used to have a friend, I suppose I still have got a friend, and he is a guy down in Australia, and he did the same thing as you. He built a lead generation, so it was Facebook ads, Google ads, and he would do the work and then the customers would leave, and he was always chasing for customers. So what he does now is he sets everything up for free, and then when it gets to a certain point of income coming in, he then starts taking a monthly retainer, say like 300 quid, whatever, from the business. And so you've got nothing to lose. You get it all set up. You get his experience. And then once the profit's coming in, he then says, look, I will manage it for you to maintain those profits. And then you pay me on a monthly. Now, if you get that and you get one or two on a monthly, you can certainly build from that. And repeat custom is the win. Okay, if you can get multiple repeat custom on a monthly basis, then it becomes very profitable and very easy. So that's what I would say to you. If you are providing lead generation, don't just think about setting it up and letting them get the benefits. Say to them that you'll do it for free, and then you'll manage it on a retainer, looking at the percentage increase each month, if it's dipping, changing the structure of it, and actually become like a lead generation manager, I suppose, and not just task. Once again, you don't want to be doing just the task. You want to manage the businesses. By being more strategic, then your money will increase. And a lot of people don't have the knowledge base that you have, and so they don't want really to be just left on their own to do these things. They want to have somebody holding their hand, and that's how you do it. Okay, so whoever you are, wherever you are, that's what I recommend. I do it for free, get it set up, and then once the profits are coming in, say to them, okay, I want £200 a month based on whatever's coming in, and then build from there, and you will never look back. You will never look back, and you'll have a flourishing business. Okay, third question. Hi, David. Oh, I should have given you a round of applause as well. I'll give you a round of applause because you've also launched an online lead generation company for small businesses. So you're doing it. You're doing it. You're out there. You're on the coalface. You're actually making things happen. Right. Hi, David. I was interested in your recent podcast episode talking about the results you're getting from Google My Business. Yeah, that was about 4 episodes ago, I think. I have a pet shop and would love to have more customers. Do you think this is something that would work for me too? Absolutely. Oh, and it says all the best and stay sexy, JM. Is there any other way? Sexiness is the key. Yeah, it certainly would. Set up your Google My Business profile. Add as many pictures and videos as you can. And with a pet shop, it's brilliant. Just, take pictures of your chinchillas and your budgerigars and all that kind of stuff. But don't just sort of lob it on. Make sure that you brand it. Make sure that you get your telephone number and your email address or your URL on each of the pictures. And you can go over to Canva and you can use a lot of free devices. There's one that I'm using at the moment which is called Photo Scissors, and when you get a picture and you only want the thing and you want a transparent background for things like logos and stuff, you just upload the picture and it works out what you want to keep and gets rid of the rest. Really easy. And I've been using that a lot, called photoscissors.com, and it's free. They say you've got to pay for high resolution, but to me, it looks perfectly acceptable. So that's what I use. So I use Canva, I use Photo Scissors, take a picture of your chinchilla or your rabbit or whatever, make videos of your store, and then upload them onto Google My Business. And certainly you get a huge amount of traffic when it's pictures of the store. Okay, I've been targeting this, and if I take a photo of my business, then I can get up to like 400, 500 views in a couple of hours. If I create a kind of advertisement image, I get 97 in a 4-day period. It's not as much. So Google wants pictures of your business inside and out, and if you can do videos go pretty much viral. And with pets, it's going to be a great thing to do. Talk about why this pet makes a great pet and why this one is a bit more hard to look after and stuff, and think of it like tutorials and load it on Google My Business, and I guarantee you'll get more clients. And if you want any more help on that, JM, just drop us a line, because I am building a course on that at the moment. It's interesting stuff. Google My Business, GMB. Okay, and the last question is, hi, David, or it just says, I, David, do you think that working for yourself is any better than working for someone else? I listen to lots of podcasts like yours, and it all seems to be a lot of hard work with many downsides. I'm wondering if it's actually worth it, HR. It's worth it if you make it happen, and you only know if you're going to make it happen by your own spirit. You know what you're like. If you're willing to put the work in and stuff, and you can turn it into something, then absolutely. Yeah, I could never go back for working someone. Not in a million years. It would drive me to distraction. Had ups and downs, certainly have. Probably in the early days had more downs than ups. Now it's just lovely, really. As I say, I can get up this morning, I potted around, I came up, recorded a few podcast episodes, went out for a pub lunch, came back, recorded another one. It's very much in my own time. Fridays are a bit restrictive because I have clients all the way through, but other than that, it's pretty damn good. Now, I understand your point of view, and I understand it is easier working for someone in many ways. Yeah, you get somebody saying, have you done this and have you done that? And you may not like your manager, and you still pretty much turn up and get paid and do the work and leave. But ultimately, you're just being paid to build somebody else's dream and get them rich, and you're never going to get rich or never be in control of your time. But once again, it's up to you. I could never go back, but I know it could be easier at certain times, and certainly when money got tight and things were a bit difficult on the old join up dots land, then I thought about it. I did think about it, but I could never do it. I could never go back. Bottom line is, I think it is worth it if you can make it happen and put your heart and soul into something. If you're somebody that has motivation for a few weeks and then it just sort of dwindles, then you're probably better staying working for somebody else. Okay, so and once again, HR, if you want to connect with us, you can go over to the contact page on Join Up Dots, and a couple of times a month now, I'm opening myself up to speaking to you one-to-one on Zoom, and I'm more than happy to just share everything that you need to know to make any decisions. So what did we have today? We had JC from Washington, who started their own business, collecting bags, washing them, ironing them, and then delivering them back. And they wanted to know how they can free themselves up, because at the moment they're in the business trapped. We had the guy who was getting lead generation clients, but he was constantly looking for new business. What he needs to do is build up that business. So he's providing so much value that people pay on a monthly basis. That's quite easy to do, I would have said. The podcast, not the podcast, the pet shop, who listened to a podcast episode regarding Google My Business, and does it work for them? All local businesses, really look into it. It's Google wants your business to flourish, and a lot of your competitors are crap at it. So it's a big win-win, and you can do it quite easily. And the last one is, I want to be an entrepreneur, but is it worth it? And once again, as we heard just a moment ago, it's very much down to you doing what's right for you. And if you're somebody that gets the bit between their teeth and will grind on day after day after day, I would say to you, go for it, because when it happens, then it's great. I love it. It's got its downsides. There are hassles, of course, but the bottom line is it's everything that you can control, and you've got no one pushing the poo downhill on top of you, which is always a drag when that happens. So for everybody out there that has been listening to Join Up Dots today, if you've got any questions, you can always drop us a line. All you've got to do is hear this jingle. If you have a problem and need some help, then simply drop us a line. You can either email, scream, or yell, and everything will turn out fine. Yes, joinupdots@gmail.com. Just drop us an email, just mark it question or whatever, and we will answer them directly. This is our free coaching service for you to just help you along. And it doesn't matter where you are on the journey, whether you're a newbie, whether you're trying to get an idea together, or whether you've got a business that's out there rocking and rolling. If you've got something going on in your mind, need a little bit of help, we will answer it either directly to you or through the podcast. So that little earworm should trigger it. joinupdots@gmail.com. And until next time, I will see you again. You stay sexy and just be happy and sexy. That's the way to do it. Until next time, I'll see you again. All right, see ya. Cheers. Bye-bye.
David doesn't want you to become a faded version of the brilliant self you were once to become. So he's put together an amazing guide for you called the 8 Pieces of Advice that every successful entrepreneur practices, including the 2 that changed his life. Head over to joinupdots.com to download this amazing guide for free, and we'll see you tomorrow on Join Up Dots.